whispered plans in quiet corners, try to keep it all concealed. Granny's always been the planner, so we tiptoed through the field. 25 years shining silver, 2 hearts still holding true. And Julie led the mission to surprise them like they do. She checked the lights, checked the tables, made sure the venue understood. A solid fish sandwich, tartare on the side, a spoon, a knife, yes, she planned it good. Every detail covered, everything in place, all to see the joy light up her face. But Granny felt too much love, her heart overflowed that night, seeing all her stories gathered in one room beneath the lights. And though she's scared as half to heaven, she said through tears, I'm alright, just loving you all at once was more than my heart could hold inside. Oh, Granny felt too much love, and now surprises are denied. Grandpa held her hand so tightly, said, you scared me, dear. You know, she laughed softly through the worry, said, what a way for love to show. Julie stood there pale and teary, thinking, Lord, what have I done? But Granny winked and whispered, you're still my favorite one. I knew Grandpa thus inspired and half-fed, and Grandpa, he's seen storms and shadows walk through more than we all knew. But he faces every hardship with a smile that carries through. He's the quiet kind of hero who lifts us when we fall, the kind of strength that teaches how to love through it all. We meant well, oh, we meant love, every ribbon, every song. Julie carried half the stress to make sure nothing went wrong. But Granny smiled from that hospital bed with her silver hair and shining eyes. Just promise me next time, she said, you tell me first, no more surprise. 'Cause Granny felt too much love, her heart overflowed that night, seeing all her stories gathered in one room beneath the lights. And though she scared us half to heaven, she said through tears, I'm alright, just loving you all at once was more than my heart could hold inside. Oh, Granny felt too much love, and now surprises are denied. To the love that lifted her, the kind that fills a room. And here's to Julie, best daughter, best auntie through and through. And Grandpa with his steady smile, who shows us how to rise with courage in each heartbeat and hope behind his eyes. Granny felt too much love, but she's home and she's alright.
I'm Danny Clark. I'm the biological son of Diane, and Gene is my alien father. Happy to be here. I'm going to ask you guys to join me for a toast to Diane and Gene in a moment. First, I want to really just thank Julie Shank. She doesn't want me to, but I want you guys to join me in thanking her. Julie did all of it. Really liked it. I did it all, but thank you, Julie, because you really orchestrated 100% of this. So she's the force behind it. So. But without further ado, we are here to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Gene and Diane and their love for each other. We are so appreciative for them and to spend time with them. We wish them many happy years to come with each other and with us. but this is a great time for us to recognize the unconditional love we always have and will forever get from Gene and Diane both. Here, here.
Good job, Danny.
Hey guys, it's me again. Sorry, I thought I only had one formal section, but I'm assigned to kick off the second session that you guys get to participate in too. So this is a little bit informal. This is when we get to talk a little bit well wishes to Gene and Diane tonight from you, and especially fun stories. And I'm just going to kick off real quick. This is well wishes from my sister, Barbie, Barbara, or if you're someone like some of us cousins know, Bean. Mom. So Bean is in the mom. That's right. She's got a lot of names. She's in the healthcare industry. Her husband got COVID yesterday, and she tested positive this morning. So she's not so happy about that, but she's doing fine. But she wanted me to read this from Mom and Gene. And then I'm gonna leave the microphone. If you guys have stories and stuff, please talk into the microphone because this will be recorded in posterity, so Gene and Diane have this and they can hear everything too. So this is from Bean, Mom, Barbie. Mom and Gene, congratulations on 25 years of love, laughter, and building a beautiful life together. Your enduring commitment to each other is a powerful reminder that relationships can be a source of strength, joy, and peace. Your bond has been a shining example to our family, and we're so grateful to have you both as role models. Thank you for showing us what's possible when two people come together with love, respect, and dedication. Cheers to many more years of love. Barbie and Ward. You can have some funny stuff too. You don't have to be really serious and lovey. So I'm gonna stop talking and let anybody else want to jump in and say anything. Well wishes, good stories. I know the Breakfast Club has some great stories to talk about. So I'm gonna leave it to you guys. Enjoy your dessert. Make sure you continue to wish them well.
We got married in our backyard, and Papa Gene was there helping Tim string the lights in the backyard, and I was 8 months pregnant, so Granny took it upon herself to clean our bathrooms to be guest standards because I could not reach. So that's just the kind of love that we experience.
Very much so.
I'm his brother. The fellow over there made a lot of money with him. I can go back to when they were, 4 and 5. And my dad bought a new car and pulled it in the garage. And for some reason, Gene decided we should paint it. And we did, didn't we? Yeah, we did. And for some reason, my mother kept him from killing us. But I don't recall whether it was his idea or mine, but either way, we're both guilty.
That's for sure. The hubcaps are just too shiny, so we painted them green. And that's the paint we had.
Where the hell we get the paint?
It was in the garage there.
It must have been your idea because you're older.
Probably was.
So I don't know anything else other than World War II was going on when we were young, and we got these toys. It's a cardboard box about 4 foot square and about 3 inches thick. And on one side was Berlin, on the other side was Tokyo. And we had these bombers you fly over and you pull the pin out the back and the bombs would drop. Yeah, that's the kind of toys we got back when we were kids.
Oh man.
I remember I had a pipe, my hair used to stick up in the back. My hair used to stick up in the back when I was a kid. It probably still does.
And you were alive.
You know, it's the old diaper to diaper thing. So it's stuck here to stuck here. But anyway, they got me a pilot's hat. It had big things you see on the side.
Yep.
And I wore that when I went to bed at night to keep my hair all nice and neat.
Okay, so my name's Gene Shank. That's my father. On April 2nd, 1995, our mother died. You know, it was me, and then Julie, and then our brother Jeff. And when my mother died of cancer, Dad was like a sheep lost in the desert. He was just, he was fine, and he wanted to live his life, but he didn't have anyone to do it with, so he's calling me every day. Let's go to dinner, let's do this. Julie was in Sarasota at the time. Julie, I'm coming down, or come on, let's go to the Rays game, let's do this. Dad needed something to do. And he got fixed up on a blind date with Diane. And
That was my mom that actually
Candy,
put them
is your mom
together,
said Candy?
connected them together.
Yeah.
Yeah, Candy did it.
Because she worked at Honeywell with
She
Dad.
worked with Gene.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yes.
So anyway, they started dating and they got married. And 25 years later, we're standing here.
Yeah.
All,
Right.
in all of the love we get from these two. These two, a lot of people bring you down in life. These two bring you up. And we're all in this room thankful of that.
Amen.
So that's it.
I'm Danny Clark, and we are classmates. We were in the same class since second grade through high school and stuff. And the year that they got married, we sat in their room for Thanksgiving, and Gene looked across at me, and I looked across at him, and Gene said to me, "Boy, dude, when we were in 8th grade, did you ever think we'd be stepbrothers?"
I'm the daughter-in-law, so I just wanted to say that I don't have parents of my own anymore, but you guys are mine. And Diane has been like a friend to me, more than a mother-in-law. And we had my daughter-in-law's baby shower the other day, and the best thing to me was probably nothing to her, but she texted me afterwards and she said, "Hey, when you have a minute, I'd like to review the baby shower with you, the events." I was like, "Oh my gosh, okay." So I called her and we talked about the shower and just shared all of that, and it was really great. And I don't feel like I'm an orphan because I have them. And Dad has been just so important to me. When Gene was sick and I just was lost in the house without him, and I would just call and say, "Dad, what about that? How do I do this? And what do I do here?" And I'm at the hospital and I'm so sad. And he would be like, "Okay, I'm coming." And just the support and love that I have from them is just like my parents. So they're very similar to my parents, which I didn't know that there was anybody in the world like my parents, but there are. And I'm really lucky, and I love you both. And thank you for bringing Gene to Jenny Craig, Dad. All those years ago. I love you guys. You are, there's lessons to learn with your love, and there's examples to follow, and I think we all do. So, I love you both.
Well, two things. We used to spend a lot of time over at Gene and Diane's, and Diane was the best party fixer-upper I ever saw.
Yeah.
When she did it right. And if I had anything wrong at my house, Gene would come and fix it. And my car broke, my truck had a problem, and he came over and fixed it. And I'm putting up this Quonset hut thing I call what do I call it? Carriage house, yeah. 'Cause I put all my tools in there. And it's a great big enough to park a car in. But he came over and helped me put that thing up in the back of my woods there in my house. And anything that I needed, he provided. And I thank you, Gene. It's been a good run.
You're welcome.
I remember, I went to, I live on that.
Put it up here. Put it up so we can hear.
What happened?
Here, so we can hear.
Anyway, I live over on the Atlantic coast, and Dorian came, and of course, my uncle lives over here on the west coast, so I was like, well, I need to get out of the harm's way, so I came over to escape the storm for Dorian. And I didn't really have anything to do all day, and he had to work selling whatever you're selling, and you know, everybody had things to do, so I went metal detecting. And the idea was we're gonna meet up at the end of the day to go to dinner at, I think it was Ford's Garage or something like that. And so the plan was all good, and then I get a call on my phone from Diane saying, we gotta meet, you know, up at, where are you? And I said, I'm in your yard, talking to your neighbor. So I was already home, and everything worked out. We went to Ford's Garage, had a nice meal, and I survived the hurricane, which never actually came to my house, even though it was only 6 miles off the shore. It sat on the Bahamas and crushed them instead of coming up. But I just love the fact that whenever I felt threatened, I could just go across the coast and hang out at Uncle Gene's house. So I thought that's just a nice, and I guess I still can.
Sure.
Although you get more hurricanes than I do. I mean, you get more hurricanes on this side than when you get on that side.
We're in a condo now, you have to be on the couch.
Well, the condo has new windows and they're all hurricane proof, so I feel safer at your house than I would at mine. Thanks, Jiggy.
I know, I spent the last hurricane at their place, it leaks. We spent the whole night mopping. It's gonna happen any minute, don't worry. Yeah, I'm Tim Waters, one of the grandkids, and I just want to say there isn't a single person besides them that have helped my wife and I more when it comes to a variety of things. Both of them have been with me my entire life, and the one specific thing I wanted to mention was when we were moving into our new house. They were both over at our house every week, a couple of times a week. Like I would come home and Papa Gene would be in our house putting something together for us that I didn't even know he was gonna do.
That we didn't even know we needed, but apparently.
Had no idea until he got there, and he's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm fixing this, or I'm putting this in your house," and all of it was very appreciated. I remember one time he was doing something and moving something into the garage, and he said, "You know, it's kind of dark in here," and I was like, "Yeah, they don't have great lighting in the garage." He goes, "You need some lights." And I think it was the next day or the day after that, I come home and he's already in my garage installing these overhead lights.
We use them every day.
Every single day, yeah. And I just want to say how much I appreciate everything that both of you have done for me. I mean, we wouldn't have what we have without you guys. So.
Don't forget the swimming pool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm not. I'm Spencer, Tim's brother, and Diane's. It's weird to call her Diane's granny to me. Granny's grandson. First, I just want to thank Aunt Julia, Uncle Dan, and my mom. Helped a lot with kind of putting things together. Obviously, orchestrated mostly by Aunt Julia. So thank you. This is huge for everybody. That we can share this with you guys, because this is really great for all of us. For how much we appreciate you, to show you how much we appreciate you. I probably I'm not quite as good of a speaker as my brother, so I had to write something down really quickly while everyone else was talking. I have probably 100 examples of how selfless Granny and Papa Gene have been throughout my life. And every time I or Shannon have ever needed help with anything, either or both of my grandparents have been more than ready to literally drop whatever they are doing to assist us as needed. And I'm willing to bet everyone else in this room has just as many stories as I do. But for the sake of saying something specific on the mic here, I'll just pick out one. Back in 2016, there was a period of time that Shannon and I had to very suddenly move out of the apartment we were living, but we didn't have anywhere to go. So, of course, like one does, we ended up at Granny and Papa Gene's house. We lived there for about 8 weeks while we were finding a new place to live, and then we spent a few weeks trying to fix it up to make it livable. And it was exactly like living at a bed and breakfast that loves you.
Exactly.
But most importantly, I think, other than their selflessness, you've been the best example for me to see and learn how a relationship should work. The capacity you have to love each other, and your understanding knows no bounds.
Yeah.
Come on.
He'll do it. Okay. I have a little story about my aunt. I'm Diane's niece. And years ago, I had just gotten married, and Danny and Kathy were about to be married. And Diane called me up and said, let's go for lunch. I said, okay. So we went for lunch. We met at, it was Red Lobster or those places. And she said to me, I want to know how to be a good mother-in-law.
You blew it.
She said, I'm about to be a mother-in-law. You now have a mother-in-law. What can I do to be a good mother-in-law? And that's just always stuck with me, that she was so mindful and so thoughtful about doing that. I mean, most people don't think about that. And that's just such an awesome thing, and just the way she is.
Give her the mic. Give her the mic.
Just segue into the fact that when I met Jeff,
Use the mic.
Use it.
Jeff introduced his dad and Diane as his dad and stepmonster. And I thought, how horrible of a thing to say about a beautiful, sweetest lady I've ever met. And now I know that it's a term of endearment.
Mm-hmm.
And you're my favorite stepmonster.
Is everybody crying? I think we're done.
Is that your goal tonight? Is that what
That's all we got. We got one more steel drum solo, and I think we're done. Anybody else have anything?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Oh.
There we go.
Guest of honor.
We do have to leave tonight, so.
Well, in 1995, my wife died of cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and it's quite a shock. About 3 years later, Candy, Derek's mom, I worked in the same plant with her. She called me up and said, hey, listen, I got this gal that knows you, and you know, she's in a situation now where she's single, and she'd like to go out with you. And I said, well, hell, give me the phone number. So I called her up, and of course we went out, and our first date, we went to Ruth Eckerd Hall. And who did we see? Simon Garfunkel. It was a great opening. And then the next date, we went to a black and white movie in Tampa. I don't remember the name. Laura? I think it was Laura. That was the name of the movie. So anyway, we got married in 2000. And it's been 25 years of just, first of all, after my first wife died, I prayed to God to give me another woman who was just as good as the first one. And it took a couple of years, but I stumbled and I got this gal. And she has definitely been as good, if not twice as good as the first one. And, you know, we never have, and we've never had a fight in 25 years. We have discussions. And normally she's always right. But, you know, happy wife, happy life. That's every guy knows that. So anyway, I've had a wonderful, wonderful marriage because of this person here. And if you know her, you know how sweet she is and how wonderful she is. And she's just it. So that's it.
Wonderful tribute for all of you, people I love so much. My cousins, my grandkids, my friends, my relatives, my children, all of you, and Jim. It's unbelievable. I was so shocked. And my nieces and nephews, it's just unbelievable. I just can't tell you how surprised I was and how honored I feel that you would want to come and pay tribute to us. It's
You gotta blame Julie, she said she'd shoot us.
And especially Julie, she's been so good to us all along. We're just so grateful that you put this together. This is unbelievable. Thank you all. I love you all so much.
We love you, Grandma.
Grandpa's cooking her a sandwich. We taught her on the side tonight, and though we won't surprise them ever, we'll still celebrate their lives. Two hearts that taught us love can heal, even when it overwhelms sometimes. Oh, love was just too big that night, but it's still the sweetest.